lekker stormpie in Pretoria Glen.
An intense hailstorm struck Pretoria, South Africa, overnight, blanketing entire neighborhoods in thick layers of ice and causing widespread flooding, while streets were transformed into corridors covered in debris and standing water. The magnitude of the event was surprising in its speed and force, creating a critical situation for mobility and urban infrastructure in several areas. The weather system developed suddenly, with extremely powerful storm cells that unleashed large hailstones accompanied by thunder and lightning that lit up the night sky. The combination of heavy rain and gusty winds amplified the severity of the conditions, making the phenomenon even more dangerous for streets, homes, and open areas. Hailstones struck roofs, windows, and cars with force, quickly accumulating in gardens, driveways, and roads. Within minutes, neighborhoods had a completely wintry appearance, with surfaces covered in ice that hampered the movement of both vehicles and pedestrians. North and west sides of Ptoria were particularly hard hit, with streets clogged with debris and standing water. Ice buildup on flat surfaces and slopes caused a significant rise in water levels in drainage ditches, making some streets slippery and difficult to navigate. The combination of hail and rain led to water leaks in homes, damaging roofs and exterior structures, and creating large puddles that flooded yards and driveways. This situation was repeated in multiple neighborhoods, disrupting mobility and driving. In Ptoria North, Wonderboom, Saville, and Anlin, hail accumulation blocked drains and saturated gutters, causing water to seep into homes and form layers of ice on streets and sidewalks. The interaction of hail and rainwater created an extremely slippery environment, forcing drivers to drastically reduce their speed or stop completely. The speed at which the storm developed prevented motorists from sheltering their vehicles under cover, leaving numerous cars exposed to the direct impact of the hail. Windshields were shattered, side mirrors cracked, and car bodies suffered considerable dents in several areas of the city. The hailstones varied in size, reaching dimensions large enough to break tiles and damage the roofs of houses, carports, and other light structures. Trees were stripped of their leaves, branches snapped under the weight of the ice, and gardens were flattened, creating an urban landscape completely transformed by the storm. The dawn light revealed the full extent of the phenomenon, showing ruined gardens, bent metal carports, and shade structures collapsed under the weight of the ice. Water leaks were evident in many homes, with roofs and drainage systems unable to withstand the accumulation of hail and rain. Greenstone Hill, also in South Africa, suffered a similar impact, with residential complexes and commercial areas covered in ice on roofs, parking lots, and sidewalks. Streets were covered in thick layers of hail, hindering vehicular and pedestrian traffic and creating extremely difficult mobility conditions. In several areas, the hail reached depths equivalent to the undersides of parked cars, demonstrating the magnitude and density of the solid precipitation. The accumulation exceeded the drainage capacity of streets and access roads, causing the surface to become uneven and dangerous for travel. Garages and lightweight structures collapsed under the weight of the hail, crushing objects underneath and creating additional obstacles in streets and residential driveways. Roofs of some buildings leaked due to ice accumulation in drainage pipes, further complicating the situation. The storm was part of a larger severe weather system that affected various areas of South Africa. The combination of strong winds, heavy rain, and powerful lightning caused trees to fall, blocking several roads and complicating access for emergency crews. Emergency services responded immediately to reports of flooded homes, water leaks, and structural damage caused by hail accumulation. The response included inspections of streets and homes to assess the condition of structures and mitigate additional risks. In some areas, power outages affected the electricity supply to residences, complicating lighting and the management of water accumulation inside homes. The lack of electricity added a layer of difficulty to controlling leaks and maintaining safe conditions in homes. The roofs of some buildings partially collapsed under the weight of accumulated hail, forcing the temporary evacuation of certain homes until the safety of the residents could be ensured. The combination of ice and water generated significant pressure on structures and flat surfaces. Streets covered in hail and water hampered vehicular traffic with conditions that forced the restriction of car movement in several areas. Authorities recommended avoiding flooded or icy roads to prevent further incidents. Emergency teams coordinated the cleaning of streets, yards, and driveways, removing debris and ensuring the clearing of main roads. The operations included monitoring areas where the accumulation of ice and water posed a risk to mobility. Technical inspections were carried out on roofs, gutters, and drainage systems to verify the condition of the structures and prevent further water leaks or collapses due to the persistent accumulation of ice.